What's up, boys and girls? So this is actually the exact reason why I added this thing to my arsenal. So I got busy doing a project, then I looked down and I realized, oh shit, it's 4 o'clock. I haven't even started dinner yet, but we're still eating ribs tonight. So cheers. Saturday. Let's light this bad boy up. Oh, I need to power up the hut. All right. So we already got oak, char hickory, and cherry. 2-to-1. Best my guess anyway. And we're going to start these guys off 300 degrees. What do I got going on in here? Okay. Make sure I didn't leave anything in it. All right, so I'm going to let that thing heat up. I got the ribs out, so I'm going to let them warm up best I can anyway. I don't really have much time. I like to start them, you know, at close to room temperature anyway, but there's no way it's going to happen. But I'm going to get this thing fired up, get her up to 3. We're going to toss them on there, and then I'm going to bang out my glaze real quick, so I have that ready for it. And I'm going to put together my spritz. So spritz is just beer, a little bit of bourbon, and a little bit of apple cider vinegar. And that's it. So that's just to add the moisture. Like I said, we're cooking them fast. We're cooking them hot, so we don't want them to dry up. So keep them wet. Everybody's happy. So, all right, we'll be back. All right, guys, we are at 300, and I just noticed the time, so I'm going up to 325 because otherwise it's just not going to work. So 325, 300, it doesn't matter. We're going to be flipping them, we're going to be using them, we're going to be bumping the heat, we're going to keep them moist, then we're going to grill them off. Get them nice and caramelized and fantastic. And brush them with our glaze. Shit will be awesome. So, I got, as you've just seen, I just whipped together the beer bourbon glaze in here. A little apple cider vinegar, beer, 805, little bourbon, and that's it. So, all right, so let's get these guys on. They'll get up to 325 sooner or later, so let's do this. Oh, probably need to clean. I think we seared steaks last. Actually, I cooked some dogs. Beautiful. Woo-wee, smoking. All right, so we are going to start bone side, and we're going to put them together. I want to stretch them out, keep that meat nice and tight. You know what I'm saying? Oh, nice. Separated. I'm going to put them right over. We've got a flavorizer bar here, flavorizer bar here, big boy in the center. That's how we're going to roll. So that's it. I'm going to let them go, I don't know. First jaunt's probably, I don't know, half hour. I usually check them. If they're looking like they're getting good, I'll hit them, flip them. Check them again around another half hour, hit them, flip them. Then I bump the heat up about 350. Probably today, 375. And get those guys nice and finished up. Keep hitting them with moisture. The moisture that comes off of them keeps the moisture in the chamber moist. And they turn out good, man. They really do. Especially with baby backs. They have just this nice tug to them, and they're just, I don't know, there's just something about them, man. So, all right, we'll be back. So it's been about 30 minutes. So we're going to give these guys a flip, give them a spritz, and let them do their thing again. So now you're not looking for them to be completely done on one side, you know, like you would a steak or whatever, because you're going to be flipping them multiple times. So we just want them to get, you know, nice and set up on the bottom for the first flip, you know, and then just keep them like that. That way they're nice, cooked perfectly even, and everything's good, man. So let's get over here. Let's get over here. Get my tongs. Nice. So we're going to see what I mean? So I'm going to give these a flip. Again, press them together. Keep them nice and tight. I'm going to stretch that meat out. So, press them together. And give them some love. Oh, yeah. Smell that beer and that bourbon coming off on them. Don't worry about it. Give them, you know, give them good. You want that moisture in there. All that stuff's going to soak in. All that stuff's going to burn out. It's all good. All right. Back down. And, see you in another 30 minutes. All right, guys. Half hour number 2. So I am going to bump the heat up and give these guys a flip and a spritz. We're rolling at 325. We're gonna let some fire under that shit. 375. Get some. Tongs. Oh man. Woo-wee. Good, doggy. Look at that. Already getting some pull back here. You guys in there? Like so. Don't really need to squeeze them anymore. They're already tightening up. Give them some love. Nice and moist in there. Look at that. Lock it in. All right, I'm gonna let them roll another 30 minutes and we'll come out, flip them over again. And then after that, we'll hit them with some glaze, crank her up a little bit, grill them off, kick them over to the side, just let them rest, let them cool down a little bit. And we'll be good to go. We'll be eating ribs, so. All right, guys. Let's flip them. Oh man, look at them beauties. Woo, they're coming along now. Look at that. Beautiful. Hell of a time grabbing them now. Like so. And again. One thing about this side here is that water, or liquid I guess you would say, pulls in those bones, and then it pulls right on through. So lock that in there a little bit. Oh, this smells so good. So, all right, I'm gonna let that roll. This will be our yeah, our last flip. Did I lose count? I don't know. I've been running around here doing a whole bunch of shit. I think that's our last flip. That should be our 2 hour mark, right? Yeah, we did the flip, yeah, something like that. I don't know, whatever. So we're going to let them go. We'll flip them over again afterwards. We're gonna crank the heat up again to do just a nice little grilling on them. We'll hit them with our glaze and let them just rest a little bit, let it all settle down and dig in. So I'll be back. We're getting into the home stretch here. Let's check them out. Oh man, look at this. Woo-hoo! these guys. We're gonna give them about some more moisture in them. Lock it in. Now we are going up our last step here. We're at 375 right now. We're gonna take them guys up to 425. So, in case you hadn't noticed, we're basically doing 50-degree increments. And I'm gonna only let them go for like 10 minutes or so. We're gonna hit them with the glaze. Excuse me. And then I'm going to flip them over. 5 minutes on the face down side. Hit that back side with some glaze. Flip them back. Glaze them one more time. And shut this guy down. Let them chill for a minute, you know, while I just get everything else prepared. Just let them rest in that residual heat and let everything just kind of loosen up a little bit, you know, because we've thrown a lot at them. We beat the hell out of them pretty good, so we want everything to just kind of suck back in, you know. I don't like crazy juicy ribs. I like moist ribs. I think that's the way they should be. I just like it like that, you know. So, so like I said, 10 minutes. By then, this thing should be well at temp. And we'll get that grilling part done, get a nice little, just a little bit of char on them, burn some of that glaze in real nice, and good eats, man. So, all right, guys, we'll be back. Let's do this. Oh, man, look at those things. All right, so here we got our glaze. These guys a little razzle-dazzle. Flip them now. Throw them guys in. Man, she's hot. Should have got my long handler one. Guys, whoa, nice little crust on there. Now we're just grilling. Set that glaze in there a little bit. Get them nice, nice, nice. Oh man, look at that, guys. Falling apart now. All right, we're gonna throw them over here. Shut this guy down. That's it. That is it. Bring you on over. Look at that. Man. They smell good. Nice little grill char on there. I'm telling you. Like I said, I mean, I like a good low and slow rib, but there's just something about a hot and fast grilled baby back that just, ooh, man, gets me. Gives me the feels. So, all right, I'm gonna let them just chill just for a minute while I go and gather some other stuff, maybe 5 minutes most. So, all in all, we're looking at about 2 hours, 20 minutes, something like that, you know. So it's pretty good. And as you can see, they are literally bending. They're super tender. I mean, if I was to probe the bones, it would be butter in there. So they do cook that quickly. So I'm gonna do that. Like I said, 5 minutes at the most, just while I gather up some shit here. And we'll throw them on the tray. We'll bring them in and cut them open, see what we got. All right, guys, check it out. Look at these guys. Look at that. Oh, man. The inaugural bite. So good. It's like a pork rib steak, man. Seriously. A nice little, some savory to it. You get that little bit of sweetness from the glaze. And then your lips heat up. A little back end from the cayenne on the ribs and the red pepper and the glaze. I'm telling you, if you haven't tried it, give it a shot. It will change the way you think about baby back ribs. So, all right, boys and girls, that's all I got. I'm gonna eat. Later.